is Ksenia, and if you're here, you're probably interested in sustainability, zero waste, minimalism, and mental health. You might notice that I am in a different setting today. That's because I've moved, and I'm going to upload more videos from my old location, and then I'm going to upload a video explaining why I moved and where to, and all the details if you're interested. Today I wanted to watch and comment on a Netflix documentary called Seaspiracy. It's been everywhere on Instagram, and I've heard different opinions, and I wanted to watch it for myself to be able to share my opinion as well. Just as a preliminary comment, Seaspiracy sounds a lot like Cowspiracy, which is also a vegan documentary on Netflix. So I guess Seaspiracy will be kind of the same, a little bit sensationalizing environmental issue, but probably very interesting for the general public who are not familiar with sustainability overall.
My name is Ali. I've been fascinated with the ocean for as long as I can remember. But this romantic vision that I always had of the ocean completely changed. I was forced to confront a side of the story I never knew, a story of just how huge our impact on the seas had become.
Where are the big environment groups? They are deliberately not engaging with the most important issue of all.
Can you turn off the cameras? Thanks.
It's definitely a lot like Cowspiracy.
Would you say there's any safety concerns for me making this film?
ถ้าคุณก็กลัวตายคุณก็กลับบ้านไปเถอะนะครับ
The safety concerns are serious. Ignore them at your risk.
If you're getting in the way of their business, you are risking your own life.
The slaughter of these dolphins is a reaction to the overfishing that's happening.
เวลามีปัญหามาคือเราก็คือเขาก็แค่จำหน่ายว่าป่วย
We hear a lot about blood diamonds. This is blood shrimp.
Blood shrimp, blood diamonds, blood cocoa, blood mica.
Trafficking and other crimes.
So there's no slavery going on?
No. Business, it's business.
Yeah, this is common. For example, I recently made an Instagram post about blood avocados, and the thing is that cane mafia in Mexico uses avocado farming as a credible business to cover drug trafficking as well.
If you want to address climate change, the first thing you do is protect the ocean. And the solution to that is very simple. Leave it alone.
That's true. We shouldn't forget that water takes up 70% of our planet, and global ocean is overall a huge carbon sink. Basically, just like plants, ocean, mostly algae in ocean, absorbs CO2 and the warmth and gives back oxygen, and it has been doing it for a long time, like since forever. But now with the Anthropocene, with increasing CO2 emission level, it has been absorbing more and more heat, and that's why we have felt the warming of the climate only in the recent years, because before ocean could actually absorb all the heat, but not anymore, because the temperature of the global ocean has risen to an extent when it's harder and harder to maintain the temperatures as it used to be before, and hence the changing environment for the sea creatures and bleaching of corals and stuff like that.
Most of the positive and negative things that bring about change in human civilization start with someone. Someone.
Very dramatized. It's not good or bad, it's just a medium, and it works in a film medium, and especially in this kind of dramatized documentaries that gain suspense. Anyway, let's watch it. This is what I was talking about. The oceans are carbon sinks of the planet. So it says here that phytoplankton absorbs 4 times the amount of carbon dioxide than the Amazon rainforest does. So the impact of the ocean is even bigger than all the trees, all the rainforests in the world. It's interesting because he said that he became a plastic police. And this is a natural reaction to finding out about the environmental problems related to plastic. So I completely understand that. Is it the solution if you become zero waste? No. Does it help your conscience? A little bit. Does it give you major eco anxiety? Yes, it does. I think it's still serving a good purpose. There is so much single-use plastics that you can still eliminate, so I don't think it's a bad battle to fight. It's just that environmentalism and environmental issues are not as simple. If it was as simple as that, we'd have solved it already. I think it speaks to the fact that, again, this guy is not an environmentalist, and he found out that, you know, there's still whaling going on, and it's a complex issue as well, because there is illegal whaling, but there is also necessary whaling and fishing that the indigenous peoples still do, because they rely on whaling for their survival. Apart from the whaling industry, the documentary also touches upon the marine parks and the fact that they capture dolphins and other sea creatures and use them for entertainment. This is also an issue that has been touched upon by many activists. This kind of park, this kind of entertainment are slowly being banished, but there is still a way to go. In some countries, dolphins in particular are considered to be human-like creatures, so it's illegal to hunt them or hold them in captivity, but it's definitely not everywhere. It's quite obvious that not only mammals like dolphins and whales, but also sharks have been hunted a lot, partly due to the fact that their fins is a delicacy, and I think there is still a lot of misconceptions. Sharks are killers, based on the film Jaws by Steven Spielberg. I think now the documentary is reaching a little bit more the crux of the issue, which is overfishing. So humans historically have been known to hunt and kill animals to extinction, whether they are pests or they are delicious or they have ivory tusks or whatnot. So when humans in capitalism do something and produce something in an industrial scale, we tend to go overboard. We tend to hurt the planet and the humans as well. Anything, almost anything in the world now that is mass-produced is harmful for humans and planet, whether it's cocoa, whether it's mica that uses child labor, whether it's avocado that uses slave labor, whether it's fishing for food. We just go overboard because it's about money. I'm not surprised, because I actually watched a very good, very nice BBC documentary, Our Planet, and it's bittersweet. It's beautifully shot documentary, but whenever you look in what animal, whether it's an insect or a polar bear, in any type of the world, all of these animals are affected by the climate change, and it's just tragic. There are several impacts that industrial fishing brings to the table of environmental issues, and for example one of them is shrimp fishing, with the nets scrubbing off and damaging the coral reefs. Here they say there is also a bycatch, and you're fishing for bigger fish and you also catch smaller animals that are not edible. For example, porpoises, which are kind of like seals, I think, and also seals themselves and seabirds. Okay, so this is getting even more interesting and more nuanced, I think, because they are getting into the sustainability labels, because I think they are still better than nothing, but they are not perfect. I think this is the issue with private labeling overall, because I think that when it's a business that is certifying its own or someone else's practices, it's always going to be skewed. There is always going to be a conflict of interest. I think that the government control here is much more important than having a label placed. Like I said in the beginning, Seaspiracy is like a Cowspiracy, but for fish. And here they just had an interview with some plastic fighting organization, and they asked them, why don't you put a message on eating less fish on your website? And it was the same with deforestation organization that they interviewed in the Cowspiracy, and no one wants to mess with it because it's lobby, it's a huge lobby. And another thing is that it's a complicated message to bring to people, but I think it has to be said. It has to be said that it's better to eat less fish. So the less fish we consume, the less there is demand, the less there is supply, the less there is fishing, less animals killed as bycatch. The population will restore, more food for predators, more food for everyone, healthier oceans. So I'm halfway through the documentary and I have a lot of reaction and a lot of thoughts, so I'm going to end the video here and watch the rest and then give my feedback in a part 2. So thank you so much for watching. Please give your feedback and initial thoughts on the topic down below. Should I watch Cowspiracy for you? Would you like me to give feedback on anything else? Thanks so much for watching, and as all YouTubers and vloggers are supposed to say, please smash the like button and subscribe. Bye.